Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to a really fun speed build. So this build is actually a part of a really big group collab that I kind of teased over on Twitter. So this build is for the huge Earth Day group collab that Camilla actually put together. Now I will have a Google Doc link down below that has everyone's channels and stuff like that in it, and I'll also have a playlist down below that I'll keep updated to have everyone's videos in it. So if you guys want to check out any of the other builds that are part of this collab, I would definitely recommend it, because I've seen, I think most of them, I've seen like pictures and screenshots and stuff like that of most of the builds for this collab, and they're absolutely gorgeous. People have come up with such amazing, interesting ideas and everything like that, and they're all Earth themed. So yeah, this is all part of a huge Earth Day collab, like I mentioned, and I will have all of the links in the description. So yeah, definitely go and check out everyone else's channels. There's, I believe, 16 of us, and I'm not going to try and pronounce everyone's names because I'm going to mess up so much. There really are people, some of the people in the collab, some of the other simmers, their names are just unpronounceable to me, so I won't even try and pronounce it because I know I will get it wrong, and I just don't want to do that. So yeah, I will have, like I said, everyone's links down below for you guys, and I would definitely recommend you go and check them out because there's some amazing builders in this collab. And yeah, there's I think 16 of us or something like that. I think it's 16 if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, so this build, not this collab, this build is going to be for an Earth Witch. Now, the moment that I heard Earth Day collab, I immediately thought Earth Witch for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because I identify as an eclectic witch myself, or maybe it's because, I don't know, that's just the first thing that I thought of when I heard Earth Day. I thought about witchcraft and realm of magic. So yeah, we're going to be creating a little cottage for an Earth Witch, and she's just really into plants and potions and stuff like that. And then the second build on this lot, this double story build, isn't going to be a house. Her cottage is the one story build on the left, and the 2-story one is actually going to be a little apothecary type shop. Now I wanted to call this something like Earth Witch's cottage and plant shop or something, but that sounded too long to me for some reason. And it's not just a plant shop, it's a flower shop slash potion shop slash random knickknacks. So yeah, I just ended up going for apothecary because that's kind of what they are. They sell plants and herbs and potions and stuff like that, so I thought that fit a little bit better. So yeah, that's what this build is. And the little apothecary on the right hand side, that also has a really big indoor greenhouse as well, where I put a bunch of plants, a bunch of flowers, and I think I have the dragon fruit plant, and I have both of the realm of magic plants, the valerian root and mandrake root. And I also added 3 weird alien plants. I added 3 really weird blue alien plants, and I don't know why I did that. It just looked very witchy and kind of it's not a regular plant, so I thought it would be kind of witchy, and just maybe it's something super rare or something, even though it's literally an alien plant from Sixum in the game, but just ignore that. I just thought it looked really cool and looked really different from what I would normally put in my greenhouses. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind. There's a freaky alien plant on this lot. But yeah, I really like the way this build turned out, you guys. It took me forever to figure out the color scheme. You guys will see some of it. I've already shown you some of it, but I changed up my wood tones that I used, I think 5 times or something, where I couldn't decide if I wanted to use this more reddish wood or if I wanted to use this really light cream colored wood. And at the end of it, I kind of go for a combination of both. So yeah, I really like the way it turned out. It's not a color combination that I think I've ever done before. Normally whenever I do something that has wood tones in it, I try and keep them matching, but honestly in The Sims, it's just it's so hard to try and get the wood tones in this game to match, because half of the stuff just doesn't come in the same tones. Like half of the items just don't come in the same wood tones, even if they're from the same pack. So that's really annoying, but I think I made it work. I think I made something that kind of works and looks good together. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. But I had a lot of fun with this. It took me quite a while to do. It took me quite a while of just fiddling around and trying stuff. And you know, I started this build about a week ago, and no, more than a week, like 2 weeks ago. And I think I did the exterior where I messed around with the colors and everything, and I was just not feeling this build like at all. I didn't like how it was turning out. I liked the idea of it, but I just didn't like how it was turning out. And I left it. I left it for I think a week, and then I came back to it. I tried, not last night, but like 2 nights ago, I tried finishing it off, and I did all of the windows and everything and the layout and stuff like that, and I was just like, I was over it. I was so not into building. And I think I did the bathrooms and stuff like that off camera, and I was just not feeling the build. I was really just not liking how it was turning out. But this was like 2 days before this collab is going up, so like Monday night. And I mentioned this over on Twitter, but I said that I had a headache and I was just hating everything that I was doing at the moment, so I just decided to leave it. And I came back today, which is, for you guys, this is Wednesday, this is going up, but for me, I'm recording this on like Tuesday night. Technically it's Wednesday morning because it's 1 a.m, but basically I finished this on Tuesday. I finished this yesterday for you guys, and I just sat down. I said, okay, we're gonna do this, and I just went and I built. It took me I think 3 hours or something to finish this whole thing. And yeah, I just sat down and I built. I went with it, and I love the way it turned out. It's probably one of my favorite builds that I've done, and that's saying something. I don't know why, but whenever I build, I always forget about Glimmerbrook and like the Realm of Magic stuff, but I always forget to use them. And then whenever I do actually get around to building in Glimmerbrook, I always end up loving the builds so much, and they always end up being some of my like favorite builds, and I freak out about them and I just obsess over them. Like the Glimmerbrook cottage that I did and the huge spellcaster's mansion that I did, both of those builds were builds that I think the like witchy restaurant, I can't remember what I called it, but I think it's like Hawthorne Bistro or something. Anyway, but those builds were all 3 builds that I did in Glimmerbrook, and they were all this like witchy themed builds, like very magically looking, I guess, if that makes sense. And all 3 of them I wasn't sure about if I like them or not, and I just kept going with them, and at the end of the day I love them. So yeah, I guess I don't know why I went off on this tangent, but that's something that a lot of people always ask me is, how do I get my builds to the point where I really like them and I'm happy with like sharing them and stuff? And honestly, you just have to keep building. Even if you don't like it, just keep going with it. Don't build on something for an hour, decide you don't like it, and then scrap it. Because honestly, once you start adding details like landscaping and windows and little details and stuff, that's when you actually start liking a build. Honestly, I usually, whenever I build, if I haven't done the landscaping yet, or like have a very clear idea in my head of what it will look like, I just don't like my builds. So I have to like do the landscaping and have a very clear picture of it in my head before I start liking it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's a totally random thing that I just don't know why I started to mention this for some weird reason. But yeah, we're just doing the landscaping right now, so I guess that's not too interesting. It's not like I can tell you guys, oh, I'm placing a rock, I'm placing a plant, and it's not something that I can really commentate over. So yeah, I guess that's why I went off on a tangent. But yeah, something else that I mentioned on Twitter that's totally random, but I'm really happy I found it out and I'm remembering to mention it. Those like orange lavender plants that you guys saw me using just now, they're in the like show live edit objects menu, into like the cheat that you have to enter to access that menu with like the world items. And I never knew they existed. They're a like recolor of the one of the items. Basically, in the like show live edit objects menu, you have a bunch of world items and a bunch of these like lavender plants. And I always just thought that they were the exact same like the base game lavender plants, like just purple and everything. But by accident, I actually found out I accidentally like changed one of their colors. And I found out that they have like 4 swatches. So the bigger plant, and then they have this like smaller one tile plant. So all like both of those have 4 swatches. So they have the purple color, they have a white, they have a blue, a really pretty blue by the way, and then they also have this like orange color. And I never knew that they had those colors. I thought they were just like the generic lavender plant that we have in the base game. And I'm so happy I found that out, because I love using lavender plants in my builds, and finding out that they have like orange and blue and yellow swatches for them as well, it's like awesome. I love that. I'm going to be using that so much now. But yeah, it's just in the show live edit objects menu, and it's from the base game. So if you have the base game, you should have those plants. So yeah, that's really cool, and I'm really happy I found that out. And I even like posted a picture about it on Twitter and everything, freaking out when I saw that. So yeah, I thought I should probably mention it in the video as well. But yeah, we're working on the inside of the witch's cottage right now, and I tried to use as many plants and stuff as I could, because this is supposed to be an earth witch's cottage. So I thought she would be super into plants and gardening, and she just has like a bunch of plants in her house and in her store as well. I also end up adding in a little like cat tree and some pet food bowls and a litter box for the cat as well. So I did imagine her to have a cat, and then she has this like huge cauldron in the like middle of her cottage, in that little bump out bit. She has this huge cauldron. She's very like, she's openly a witch. Like, she's not one of those Sims that are trying to hide it or like something like that. If you walk into her house, you will know that she's a witch. She has like crystals everywhere and plants and a really big ass cauldron. So yeah, it's very clear that, you know, there's supposed to be like a spellcaster Sim living here. But yeah, that's basically her house. And then it's just 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, because I thought it would just be 1 Sim living here. I didn't think it would be like a couple, although you could have a couple living here if you wanted to. But yeah, I just thought it would be 1 Sim, and she's just tending to her store and like everything like that. So yeah, it's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. There is a half bathroom in the little apothecary shop as well. On the 2nd floor, there's a little half bathroom that I thought would be for maybe like the employees, if she has employees, or maybe it's for like the customers or something like that. So it's technically 1.5 bathroom, and it turned out to be just under 150,000 simoleons. So it's very expensive. It's a very expensive lot, because I did go all out with clutter and little sculptures and things like that. So it's very expensive, and it's on a 30 by 20 lot in Glimmerbrook. I don't exactly know which lot it's built on, but you guys should be able to see that in the like top left hand corner of the screen, if that's like big enough for you to read. I can't exactly remember which lot it is, but yeah, it's on a 30 by 20 lot. And yeah, that's basically everything like about the build that I wanted to mention. It is built as a residential lot, and obviously on residential lots you can't run retail stores. When you have a lot like as a residential lot, the retail store on this lot is basically just decorative. Although you could just place it down on an empty lot and then set the lot to be a retail lot if you wanted to, and then have your Sims buy that and live on the lot. You know, technically they will still have to have their like original like residential lot on another lot, but you could just have your Sims come here, like visit this lot, and then they could just stay in this. If they own it, you can lock the doors and everything to keep out other Sims. So yeah, that's a little workaround that you can use. I know a lot of people use that workaround if they want to have people living like above a retail shop. So if they own like a bakery, for example, they'll have like a little apartment up the top, like on the second floor, and they'll have their Sims live there, and they'll just have an empty home lot. So you could do something like that if you really wanted to like actually run the retail part of this, but I kind of just did this as a fun little build that I did for the collab, and I don't know, I love it. I love how it turned out, and I'm having so much fun. I mean, I had so much fun with this, and I also just pulled out a little wand and a broom and everything, 2 brooms actually, that I put in her house right by the front door. So she does have her brooms that she can fly around on, and her wand like on the coffee table, everything like that. I didn't add a computer or a TV to her cottage because I just thought she's not really someone that would really use those like modern technology things, so that's just something that I didn't add. But in the like retail apothecary that we're working on right now, I did include on the second floor. I didn't really show me doing the second floor at all. I believe I cut all of that out. I cut out the bathroom, I cut out the hallway, and then the like staff room as well, because otherwise this video would have just been way too long. But there is a staff room on the second floor of this build, and in that is just another fridge, a tea maker, and a computer. So I did include that over there in case you do want to have this function as a retail lot and you might need that or something. So yeah, there is a computer on this lot, it's just not in the cottage bit of it, if that makes sense. And yeah, I cut out me filling up those shelves. I did fill up all of the shelves. You guys will see it in the screenshots. It took me forever, basically, because I dug around in debug and everything for potions and like everything like that. So there's a bunch of stuff in this build. There's potions. There's those little like, I can't remember, those little familiar orbs that came with Realm of Magic, and then a bunch of plants. So if you want to run this as a retail store, you can just go in and set all of those things for sale if you wanted to. And yeah, that's basically everything about this build. After this room, we're just going to, I think we're going to work on the outside a little bit more, and then we're going to do the like greenhouse bit. I think the greenhouse is the last thing I did. I can't remember in what order I did this, even though I did this like 2 hours ago. But yeah, I hope you guys like how this build turned out. If you did, give it a like, and if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, I do upload a lot of like Sims 4 speed builds. I also upload some Sims 2 speed builds, and I've recently gotten into doing mod reviews, stuff like that. I also upload creator sims every now and then, both with and without custom content. So yeah, there's basically something for everyone on the channel if you're new and you're just looking for some more Sims content in general. But yeah, if you, like I said, if you guys like this build, definitely go and check out the other people in the collab, because I can't wait to go and check out everyone else's videos. We're all posting at slightly different times, you know, at our normal upload schedules, but in the playlist that I'll have linked down below, there should be not just my video, but a few other people's videos should already be out as well. So yeah, I think I'm uploading like at one of the latest times. I think everyone else, almost everyone else, I guess, is uploading a little bit earlier than I am. So yeah, there should already be a bunch of videos in the playlist. So yeah, definitely go and check that out, and check out their channels and everything like that as well. So yeah, like I said, all of the relevant links and stuff are in the description. And happy Earth Day, you guys. I hope you get to spend at least a little bit of time outside, even if, you can't go for a walk or anything like that. Because personally, I know we're not allowed to go for walks where I am. I mean, even if you just sit outside in the sun, or like sit, in front of a window in the sun or something like that, just enjoy a little bit of nature. But yeah, I hope you guys like how this build turned out. I loved it. I love just putting these random orange crystals everywhere. That's so random. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day and a great week, and I will talk to you all in my very next video. Bye guys.